Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today we're going to implement basic error handling as well as a basic well, not basic, but an auto moderation system using the Discord auto moderation, the built-in auto moderation in Discord. So let's get started right away. We'll begin doing the error handling because it's quite an important part in the bot. So for that, we're going to use client.event actually. In this case, it's alright to use client.event because it's not blocking in any way. Well, async def will define, so on application command error, you want to also get the context from it, and it will be of type application context. We also want another input here. That will be the error of type discord.discord exception. Like that. So here, want to run a if is instance error commands, and we haven't actually imported commands. I see. We're going to do commands. So here, if is instance error and commands.command on cooldown. So if this command is on cooldown, we're going to implement cooldowns for certain commands later on. So if this command is on cooldown, we want to respond with this command is currently on cooldown. We'll make this ephemeral. However, if the if instance is instead error.commands.missing permission, so if we don't have enough permissions to run this command, we want to respond with this instead. We want to respond with you do not have the required permissions to run this command. We'll also make this ephemeral. And we'll also create another instance. It will be of type error commands.bot missing permissions. So if this bot doesn't have enough permissions to perform this command, want to respond with ctx.respond. I do not have enough permissions to do this. We don't want to make this ephemeral because, if we do make this ephemeral, the server owner, for example, won't see it and they can't do anything about it if it doesn't get reported to the owner. But this way, the owner or an admin might see this happen and they will fix it. Want to create another elif is instance type error commands.nsfw channel required. So if this requires an NSFW channel, this command, we are not personally gonna use this function, but if you wanna implement anything on your bot, go ahead. So if that's required, want to respond with this command can only be used in an NSFW channel. I'm gonna make this ephemeral as well. And if all this, if none of that is instance, want to create an else, and we just want to erase the error. Error, like that. So that's our basic error handling. Now want to move on to the auto moderation system using the Discord built-in auto moderation with PyCord. So what we want to do is create another cog called automod.py, and in here we want to do some imports first. We want to import Discord. We want to do from discord.ext import commands and bridge, and also we might need from date time import time delta, and I don't think there's anything else we need. We'll create a new class called automod type commands.cog. In here we want to do a def init as we did in the last one, self set self.bot equals bot, and below here want to create a new bridge group. So bridge groups are like slash command groups. So for example, instead of a command being called automod create, it will be automod create, like that, with a space between. So that's what the bridge group does, but it also works fine for prefix commands, which it doesn't do if we use the slash command group. So we're going to create a new bridge.bridge group, and this will be called automod, like that. We're just gonna do path in here. So down here, want to create a new command below that bridge group. So this will be automod.command, and this command will have the description. Set up the automod system, and it will check if the user that's running this command has permissions to do this. So we'll do an administrator check. Only administrators will be able to enable the automod system, and to do async def enable self ctx, and here inside it we want to await context.defer, because this might take some time. So what we're going to do now is a bit advanced stuff, so you wanna, not really if you know the library, but we want to do this. We want to create a try method, and in here we want to create metadata for these automod actions. So we're going to do metadata equals discord.automod, like that, automod action metadata. This is what will be triggered if the automod blocks a message. And in here we want to just say this message was blocked. Below here, we want to actually create the auto moderation rules, and we want to check if there already are rules in the server, and if so, we want to delete those rules and implement ours instead. So what we want to do is await cdx.guild.create auto moderation rule, like that. The name of this first rule will be anti-spam. We want to block spam messages. Reason will be automod by PyCord tutorial. You can name this to whatever you name the bot, or whatever you want. So after this reason, want to put enabled equals to true, because otherwise this automod will be disabled from the beginning. So after the enable equals true, want to create an event type. Will be, so when should this rule be triggered? This will be triggered at discord.automod event type.message sent. So when a message is sent, it will check for this. So when a message is sent, want to also have a trigger type. So what should actually trigger this rule? This will of course be of discord.automod trigger type .spam. So when a user is spamming, we want to have the trigger metadata, which will be of the type we created above. For spam, we can't actually pass a real trigger metadata here, so we're just going to do, oh, my fault, we're going to use that one later on though. Here, auto mod trigger metadata, and we'll just pass that empty. So now we want to create actions. So what should we do once this is triggered? So I want to create actions equals, we'll make this a list, be discord.automod action, and in here I want to put discord.automod action type dot block message. So this message will be blocked. You won't be able to send it if you're spamming. And in here, we want to put the metadata we defined above. So now this might have been a lot, but this is basically how we create auto moderation rules. So that's the anti-spam system. What we're going to do now is just copy this. Just copy this whole line and paste it down below. We want to modify it to block slurs, like serious slurs and stuff built into Discord. What we're going to do, we're going to name this block words, and then the event type will remain the same. Messages, message send, that will remain the same, but instead of the spam here, we want to make this keyword preset. Want to go further in now, and in the trigger metadata, we want to put some stuff in actually. So down here, want to put presets equals a list. Discord.auto-mod keyword preset type dot profanity. And we can just copy this Discord.auto-mod keyword preset type, just that. We can do a colon, and we want to put for sexual content as well, so it will block that too. And also another one that will be slurs. You can customize this however you want them, whatever you want them to block as well. We don't need to do exactly the same. So in here in actions, want to just keep this as we have now. Now we want to just copy this one above, the anti-spam one again. Want to make a new line, and here we want to do anti-mention, so we won't be able to mention more than a certain amount of people in one message. We're going to paste it and name it anti-mention. So for the event type, that will be the same basically. But we want to do in the trigger type, want to do mention spam, like that. And the trigger metadata, we want to actually put something. We want to put mention total limit. So this will be the max amount of people you will be able to mention before the automod reacts. I'm going to put it to 5, but you can put it to whatever you want. So now we're going to continue to the actions, and in here in the actions we want to put, we just want to keep it like this basically. Yeah, just like that. So these are the rules we'll implement for now. We might create more rules later on. But what we want to do now is copy this whole thing. I'm going to explain why soon. Copy that whole thing we just created, this, and now we want to jump down and create an accept. So if it can't for some reason create these auto moderation rules, perhaps because the server already has them, want to make another try and create a list. Rule list equals await context.guild.fetch auto moderation rules. So it will get all the already existing auto moderation rules from the server, and for each of them we want to delete them and then create ours instead. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I'm going to do it because I've experienced issues with this before. We're going to try this. Oh, and by the way, I actually forgot something. Below this last create auto moderation rule, we want to put await ctx.respond. We want to respond with automod enabled successfully. Ephemeral equals true. So back here, in the when we delete our rules, after in the try, we want to put and just paste this content. Want to just paste that. And we want to do await cdx.respond successfully. Wait. Automod enabled successfully. Make this ephemeral. True. For some reason, White might not be able to do any of this. For any reason, we'll just put an accept right there. Hang on. Alright, this is acting a bit weird right now. Oh yeah, that's because we made this completely wrong. We want to make sure to move this like that. So now we want to create an accept. And in this accept, we want to just do await cdx.respond failed to enable automod. Ephemeral equals true. So now we just want to call the setup method for this cog. Go down here to the end and create a new method here called setup bot.add cog automod bot. So this just adds the cog. We are going to work more on the automod system later on, like you can create and delete custom rules, but this is what we're going to use for now. So if we just take this whole thing and we save it, just save that, and we run the script, pym for me. Yeah, that's because we misspelled it right. So in the moderation.py, we don't want it to go moderate member. We want to go moderate members, like that. Pym main, starting the bot, it loaded automod, it loaded moderation, and it logged in. So now, what we can see here, if we go to the PyCord full bot, for example, we see all these new commands. In the purge, for example, we can do 2, and it will purge these 2 messages. Or if we would go here and do automod enable, it said failed to enable automod. So why is that? Well, that's because I already have automod enabled, at least one of the rules. But it should actually, that shouldn't be an issue anymore. Want to check here? We're not getting any errors. Want to try again. So for some reason it fails to enable the automod. We want to take a look at that. Why is that? So if we just just want to cut that, and we're going to see why this won't work. We're restarting the bot, loaded the cogs. Now we want to do automod enable, and it doesn't work. So automod action type has no block messages. I thought that's weird actually. Oh yeah, I think I see why. What is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it should be block message, isn't it? Yeah, it's supposed to be block message. Oh, that's why. Want to go here and replace all this to block message instead. I know what, we'll actually just revert all this. I just want to get this back and now change it all to block message instead. Remove the S. in the end of these. Like that. And now it should work. So if we restart the bot, main, we restart it, starts up there. Want to do another automod enable, and now it worked. Now it enabled this automod without any errors. Go to save settings, save it to setup, but you can see that it enabled these 3 rules. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I know it was quite a long video, but I hope you stick around to the end of it. In the next next episode, we want to. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to work on then. We might continue working on the automod system or start with the utility commands or server logs, but we'll see then. So thank you guys again for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.